These beans are starting to be able to see them from a distance. Well, before I start this update, I have one tomato plant growing in my compost pile. They're the old ones that fell over last week, and that's about the only thing growing in this compost pile. And all the green tomatoes I threw in here, see, the seeds weren't viable at the end of last season. I have a neighborhood dog who is unhappy and barking. Hopefully you can hear all this. I'm going to put in front of this video a video I made a few days ago, and all my green beans were up and you could see the whole row and all the leaves. Well, we came down here yesterday. It's like in 2 days the rabbits have come in here and cleaned them out, folks. Tomatoes are all doing good. The soil's getting compacted down. Here's where the rest of the beans were, and you can see 2 rows. The wind's starting to pick up, and there's a few underneath my clouches, and I got to tighten that one down so it's not an opening. But the French designed these to save birds and all and little critters from eating them when they first come out the ground. And I dragged my little hoe down through there to make a trench, and it's sort of like dried mud. 10 inches of rain is going to make this soil pretty thick and not too many air spaces. So these okra have been up and they're just sitting there. These squash up and they're just sitting there. That ground's awful hard from that 10 inches of rain. I don't know what I'm going to do. I dug in this bed a little bit and I could almost plow it today, but since I've been wearing a knee brace for about a week because my left knee is killing me, I'm going to wait and see if it doesn't rain for a few days, and then maybe we can get our melons in. But basically that's what it looks like on Sunday the 16th of June. I looked at one of my poles last year and I was tying a tomato up, and it was about 1 inch below a mark on the pole with the date of May the 20th. That's how far I am behind, folks, because of all this bad weather. There's the one I'm talking about. I started doing videos last March and I was marking to show progress on them. And that was on May the 20th, and I had a tomato plant as tall as that, so that one is about as tall as that. And it's the 16th of June, so a little bit behind. You'll notice that I've cut all the branches off that can get splashed upon by the soil-borne diseases when it rains, and there's no branches that can touch the ground. And that's the only way to prevent the soil-borne diseases. And like that, these 2 leaves, see this leaf right here? I will come back and cut that off and that off and that off. I don't want any leaf that's got disease on it because it's just going to spread. And like on that one, I'll just cut that leaf off and I'll pull this one off. I just haven't come through and got the individual leaves. I took off any branch, I don't care how high it was, if the leaves were already discoloring. Because that means it's got some disease on the leaf, and it can spread from there, but it can't spread from my trash can. But they're all up in the air and there's no leaves anywhere near the ground. That's a 5-gallon bucket, and that's all the branches that I cut off of those 52 tomato plants, and I've been pushing down on them with my hand. Better in the trash than in my compost pile.